So porn is not a drug per se in the fact that you ingest it into your body, but it has drug-like effects on your body, such as withdrawal symptoms. So let's jump right into it. Bow. Boom. Hey y'all, what's good with you? Welcome back to the video, welcome back to the channel. If you're a channel subscriber, you already know what it is. I appreciate you for rocking with me. Gang, what's good? And if you're new to the channel, my channel is all about providing you with a daily dose of edutainment. You will laugh, you'll be entertained, but you'll also be given knowledgeable videos with insights that you can apply to your own day-to-day life and make it better. So this video is a part of my series on pornography related videos, pornography related topics, right? And like I said in the little hook in the little beginning of the video, porn isn't a drug per se in the fact that it has like a lot of physical like symptoms in terms of your body, but a lot of it is like psychological, such as the feeling of missing something, or the feeling of like a sporadic brain, like you feel like you're all over the place, or the feeling that you need it to relax, or the feeling of you need it to go about the rest of your day because you created such an emotional dependency on watching porn to be a part of your day, right? So to go into a lot more detail and go into the science and the personal like observations of all things porn withdrawal related, I linked up with Gabe Dean from the Reboot Nation to go into a lot more detail about how porn actually affects you once you try and quit, and how you kind of fall into a cycle of relapsing when you try to go without porn for a long period of time. So tap in for that.
What's up everybody, my name is Gabe Dean and this is the Reboot Nation. It's a channel and free online community to help people recover from porn related problems.
What kind of problems?
Great question. Like not being able to get or maintain an erection with the real life partner, and not being able to reach climax, have an orgasm with the real life partner. Because you've become desensitized by porn and conditioned to the point where you need porn to function properly. And this is happening to women too. We call these porn-induced sexual dysfunctions, but there's also the problem of porn addiction. Now, recovering from porn-related problems, a process we call rebooting, can be challenging at times. It can suck, I know from experience. One of the biggest challenges rebooters face is withdrawal symptoms. This video is going to cover some advice and information to hopefully help you or a loved one deal with and understand some possible withdrawal symptoms you can experience during a reboot. Alright, let's get started. If you have addiction-related brain changes, it is common to experience some withdrawal symptoms that can look similar to withdrawal from substance addictions. That's because all addictions, regardless of what the addiction is to, share some of the same fundamental brain changes. Namely, a super memory of pleasure that your brain may crave once you give it up, a numbed reward circuit making everything in life seem boring and not as pleasurable as your addiction, and weaker executive control in the frontal lobes responsible for making poorer decisions. Some common withdrawal symptoms include, but are not limited to, increased anxiety and stress, agitation, mood swings, porn flashbacks, brain fog and lack of concentration, the flat line where you have a period of time where you have no libido and no sex drive, which can be scary, and trouble sleeping. I experienced all of those at one point or another during the first 6 months of my reboot. There are two important things I have to say about withdrawal. Number one, get educated and prepared. It'll be extremely beneficial if you know what to expect, know the science behind it, and know what's normal so you don't freak out. Watching this video is a good start to that one. Number two, embrace and replace. You gotta embrace withdrawal symptoms, embrace the discomfort of rebooting, and let it make you stronger. You need to get comfortable being uncomfortable. I suggest thinking about how the pain and discomfort you feel right now is a result of porn-induced brain changes. Let that motivate you to continue to avoid porn so that you don't have to experience that pain and discomfort again in the future. To deal with withdrawals, you need to counter the pain with healthy and soothing activities. As I pointed out in my Reboot advice video, you need to do things that are fun, active, and productive. We could call these faptivities. Instead of beating your meat to pixels on a screen that can never love you back, do something that can give you more joy and lasting fulfillment rather than 5 seconds of pleasure. Your brain is designed to seek rewards, and you shouldn't cut that out altogether. You just need to pursue healthier, more desired options until your brain regains balance and sensitivity. I say it a lot, but you need to be proactive during your reboot. Get outside and enjoy other things. Take up a new sport or get a gym membership. Call up an old friend and actually spend time in person together. Learn a new instrument or kill it on the dance floor in dance class. Print off articles or buy a new book and take it somewhere that's peaceful so you can read and you can study. Some things that people have reported are most helpful are time in nature, intense exercise, and human connection. There's also a thing called beneficial stressors, things that temporarily put your body under stress so that you can come back and heal stronger, both physically wise and discipline wise. Things like cold showers, intermittent fasting, and intense exercise are all good examples of beneficial stressors that can be helpful for you during a reboot. Are withdrawal symptoms permanent? No, I haven't seen that to be the case, and for me they were mostly gone within the first 6 months or so. However, I did see continued improvement in both mental clarity and energy for up to the first 2 years or so of my reboot. There is a thing called post-acute withdrawal symptoms, and these are withdrawal-like symptoms that appear within a couple of months or even years after quitting your addiction. And the term comes from recovery from substance-related addictions. But we can apply it to internet porn addiction because, as I said earlier, all addictions share some of the same fundamental brain changes. Now, we can't go through life blaming everything bad and negative on our porn use. And if you have doubts if a symptom that you're experiencing is related to your porn use, I always suggest going to see a mental health professional or a doctor to rule out other possible causes. Try not to overthink things and avoid playing the blame game where every problem you have in life is because of porn. Most importantly, know that withdrawals are normal, they're not permanent, and you'll be a better, stronger, healthier person when you come out the other side. When you give up an addiction, there are several physical things that may take place in our brains responsible for withdrawal symptoms. Our brains want to maintain homeostasis, to maintain balance in order for us to function properly. But when we develop an addiction, our brain's baseline level of stimulation needed to feel normal is raised. So when we cut back and give up our addiction and we cut back on stimulation and stop reinforcing the addiction pathways, our brains release chemicals that make us feel uncomfortable in an attempt to get us to keep engaging in our addictive behavior. This happens because our brains have been tricked into thinking that whatever it is we are addicted to is good for our survival or passing on our genes. After giving up porn, some possible brain changes that may explain withdrawal symptoms include dopamine dropping further, which is our brain's gas, our brain's motivation. Studies have shown when lowering dopamine, subjects became irritable, anxious, depressed, lethargic, and had concentration problems. Sound familiar? There may also be a decline in opiates and endorphins, which help you feel good. On top of those two, your brain releases stress hormones, which may make you even more irritable and anxious. Namely, a rise in stress hormones, CRF and norepinephrine. Also, your brain grows more branches called dendrites in your brain's reward center, which can correlate to even more cravings and heightened sensitivity when exposed to cues. Now, if you experience withdrawal symptoms, it's likely you have an addiction. However, you don't have to have withdrawal in order to be addicted to something. Continued use despite negative consequences, cravings to use, and tolerance and escalation into more extreme material are all signs you have addiction-related brain changes. Just because you don't have withdrawal, that doesn't mean you haven't been sexually conditioned to the point where you need porn to function properly. It doesn't mean that you don't have a numbed reward circuit, and it doesn't mean you haven't been negatively affected by porn use in your frontal lobes. In fact, a 2014 study with moderate porn users not classified as addicts found evidence for possible addiction-related brain changes, a numbed reward circuit, and hypofrontality. More porn use correlated with less gray matter and reduced reward center activity when exposed to sexual images, and more porn use correlated with weaker connections in the frontal cortex. Alright, to sum up, withdrawals can suck and be extremely painful, but they are normal, they're common, and they're not permanent, and not every rebooter or person that's been negatively affected by porn use will experience them. Get educated and learn what to expect, and embrace the withdrawals and replace the addiction to fill the void that's left, and also to balance the neurochemical roller coaster your brain may experience during a reboot. Time in nature, human connection, intense exercise, and reading and journaling and getting educated will all be extremely beneficial to you. I doubt anyone looks back while laying in their deathbed in old age and wishes they jacked off to more pixels on a screen. Do things that you'll wish you did more of in life.
Alright, so I think that video was definitely informative, definitely gave you some insights into why it's so hard to quit after you, because think about it, right? You didn't just start watching porn in one day or within a few days. It took you a couple weeks, a month, maybe years, where you are right now, to create that habit of watching porn. And likewise, it'll take a couple weeks, a years, to create that disassociation, that neural disassociation to watching pornography. It's the same neural association that people create with other drugs that they become dependent on, such as weed, cocaine, coffee, all that stuff, right, as well. So if you want a personalized approach on how you can go about creating your addiction to porn, or anything else for that matter, definitely check out my free guide, my free mini course that walks you through scientifically proven methods that are guaranteed to help you go about creating your addiction. Personalized approach tailored to you specifically. So you want that, if you want to finally take the steps, finally take action rather than just being a bystander and watching video after video. This is a part of the process on how you can take action and finally let go of this one area of your life that's kind of like burdensome in a sense, right? So check out my free mini course. We'll link in the pinned comment and in the description. I appreciate you. God bless. Much love. Peace and joy. Namaste. And always remember, always, 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 if it doesn't feed you, don't water it. What you're watching, what you're listening, what you're eating, if it doesn't nurture you or make you better in any way, cut it off. Alright, bro. And always remember as well, keep that same energy. Be real. Be authentic in every situation. Don't be fake. Don't be fake one way in this person, but then be fake another way in the other person. And don't tolerate people that show fake love or fake support to you either. If they doubted you, overlooked you, slept on you, but now those same people want to support you, once you're at the top, you tell them, keep that same energy of doubt you had when I started. Pretty much. All facts, no cap. Deuces.